It's Patrick. So this is vlog 4 of 10 of the London Rail Business Accelerator. So yesterday I spoke about blockchain. Um, Day before I spoke about cybersecurity, and I needed to get this fourth blog in because it's pretty late now. It's coming close to 11. It's been a long day, so I was going to speak about something else actually, but I just received a direct message on Twitter from a guy called Charles Lang. Now it's spelled Laing. I think can't get to it now, but maybe it's pronounced slightly different. But it sounds like Lang. But so I guess he's seen my Twitter or he's seen a video. But he asked the question, what were my thoughts of fintech for 2018. So I guess for me, I'm looking at it not necessarily from the fintech space, but or from the financial side. I'm looking at more from the technology behind this. I'm really very much passionate about the technology of blockchain, which supports these fintech business models. Um, so definitely not a finance guy, but so what are my thoughts? So I do like IOTA. There's been a lot of discussion online about IOTA, but since IOTA came out at the very start, I very much was a supporter of IOTA. Still am. I like the vision behind the project. I like how they're building up their team. I like the partnerships that they're doing, the use cases that they're trying to tackle. And I like that if I send you 10 IOTA, I get 10. No, if I send 10 IOTA, you get 10 IOTA. I like that compared to Bitcoin, where there's a fee taken, or Ethereum, where the gas is taken. And some people say, oh, but you're paying with the resources on your computer. That's fine, but I send 10, you get 10, simple. So I like that, especially from a machine to machine sort of payments. So I have a little IOTA project. So it's called Search IOTA. So you can Google that, searchiota.com. You get to my little proof of concept website. And essentially it's a search engine where an IOTA node that's acting as a data service. So let's say I have an air quality sensor in London and I want to serve up that data. And somewhere like the Met Office is looking for that kind of data. So you can transact automatically, send the data about your node, and it gets populated into the search engine. Simple as that. Then someone can come along like the Met Office, they can search, show me air quality sensors in London, and on the map pops up all these IOTA nodes. And from there, be able to transact and interact and consume the data from that particular service. So that is what I like about IOTA. It has so much potential for the fourth industrial revolution. The shift in society around automation and digitalization and big data. So and also it's different to the traditional blockchain. The Tangle is a different kind of technology. So I really like IOTA, and I think we haven't seen anything really from IOTA in terms of its full potential. I think we're just at the very start of what's possible, and it's only going to get better. What else? Ethereum. So Ethereum is a little bit behind in terms of its promised deliverables. As a software engineer by trade, I've built a lot of software, been involved in a lot of projects, software projects. I'm bringing products to market. So I know what it's like on a software team. I sometimes sit on the Friday calls on YouTube provided by the team. I'm on GitHub. I watch the code commits. I'm very much interested in the Ethereum project and all the development going on. And sure, they might be behind on some of their, you know, initial estimates, but I think when the team delivers, they're going to deliver strong, and it's going to be have a massive impact on the whole space. You know, I've already forked the Ethereum code base as it is now and built the Atlas blockchain, atlas.org. You can check it out, which is aimed at disrupting businesses like Upwork that are just pure rip-offs in terms of the percentage they take from the users of their platform. So, you know, I loved Ethereum so much that I forked that particular project. I thought it was at the time last November or so, it was the most mature enough and stable enough platform to build something off of, especially when it needed smart contracts. So I'm really interested. There's the people involved in it are so passionate. They're sick of middlemen. They're sick of getting ripped off by intermediaries, you know. And there is a better way, you know, being able to send value across the world instantly at less than a penny. You know, why do we need to have these centralized systems, these middlemen in between, when the blockchain can do it? So I could speak all night on blockchain and every single one of the top 100 projects. You know, I'm very much interested in quite a lot of projects, and I'm tracking quite a lot of projects. And that's where I think I can add some value in the space. So I come from the cybersecurity background, so and I'm a coder by trade, so I can read and write code, and I still do. But as an ethical hacker, as a penetration tester, being able to exploit servers, computer systems, software applications. You know, I think if teams are interested in bringing a project to market, they don't want to be the next victim out there. They want to be the next South Korean type exchange that gets exploited and loses millions and millions of their customers' digital assets. I'd like to help teams there. I'd like to help established teams in the space that maybe don't have a dedicated security person on their team, that maybe just need some guidance, some direction, some best practice advice on how to move the project forward. Um, so I think that's where I'd like to focus myself personally. But going back to the trends of 2018, I think we are going to see a massive run, absolutely massive run. So we've seen at the very start of the year how the how Bitcoin went up to like 19,000 or so, and then it's way back down. You know, the last week or two, it's been basically very, very low. All the altcoins have been down. So personally, I'm pretty bullish on the fintech market. You know, just because the price of Bitcoin is down and all these altcoins are down, doesn't stop the innovation, doesn't stop the investment into the space. You know, it takes time to build software and put systems together and get products to market. You know, so stop watching the price of Bitcoin and the altcoins and look at the teams developing the stuff. Look at their um, commits if they're using open source, and not a lot of people use open source. A lot of my code is not on GitHub, you know, because we've seen hackers and just outright competitors try and come and just rip off what you're doing. So not everything I do is on GitHub, you know, and I'm sure a lot of other teams use other source code repositories. So, you know, follow the developers, listen to what they're saying more than, you know, speculators in the space. And that's what I do. It's probably because I have the experience in building software, knowing what it takes, knowing what to look for. And at the end of the day, they're software products, and it takes teams of people to build these products and get them to market. So Very bullish. I think we're going to see a massive run, which is going to eclipse the 19,000 that we've seen in Bitcoin. I could be wrong. The price could be suppressed for the rest of the year, but looking back over history, um, the prices in the market go up and down. And I think even if it's not the remain, we're only in the midway through. I think we're going to get another run before the year ends. I just have a gut feeling that we're going to get another run on the market, but that's not what really motivates me, to be honest with you. I'm not really looking for the cryptocurrency market. I'm looking at the technology, how it's evolving, how the teams are building new features, and where it's going, what direction is going. Is Bitcoin on the decline? Is Ethereum going to deliver on what they say? Is IOTA going to? So I'm tracking all these projects, Cardano and Stellar. So I'm watching with interest to see how they go, and I'm very much passionate on the technology and how it's starting to disrupt and make an impact on all these different industries. So projection, trends, um, who knows? Let's wait and see. Exciting times. So, what do you think? What do you think the trends of 2018 are in the blockchain space, or as some people call it, fintech, financial technology? Um, I'm very much interested in smart contracts and how new business models can develop around the automation and transfer of value that smart contracts bring to the market. So, very much like to see how the smart contract platforms evolve and see where we go next. So, thanks for listening. Any comments, any questions, any input, anything you need to ask me to clarify or put in another video in the future, by all means, just leave it in a comment. Hit a like if you like it, or hit a don't like if you don't like it. Doesn't really matter. It's just feedback. And appreciate you taking the time to listen. Thank you. Bye.